being an entrepreneur to being a leader. This is it. You as an entrepreneur, you control all the factors of production. At that point, at the beginning, you don't have the capacity or ability to employ more workers. So you have few workers. So these few workers, you can still deal with them cordially, informally. Oh, Mr. Mahmoud, have you done what you are supposed to do? How is it going? But when it becomes not only Mr. Mahmoud, not only Mr. Smith, not only Miss Najma, that it becomes 100 workers, you won't be able to go personally, one-on-one to talk to them. That means there's a need for formality. That is what we're talking about here. The size of the business has grown. The number of employees has grown. So the amount of regulations to continue to operate that business will also grow. So at that point in time, there's a need for formality. So that is what they are talking about here. For small businesses, you can still use informal communication system. But when it becomes big or bigger, then you need a platform of communication, which must be accepted by all the staffs. So it wouldn't be me talking to Mr. Mahmoud about operations anymore. It would be me talking to the whole staffs about operations. So yeah, I could still DM you privately when it becomes a personal issue. But when it becomes the motive or the objective of the business, running the business, it will be done formally. So that's what we mean by the need for formality. So information will change from being informal to formal. I think that's clear. So the second one, the need for shared ownership. Okay. So when businesses grow, they need capital to fund expansion. To obtain funding, it is sometimes necessary to invite new owners to contribute capital. So for shared ownership, when the business expands, there's need for you to maintain that entity. There's need for you to maintain that operations. So at that point in time, you might think of inviting people to invest in your business. Because at that point in time, your business will convince people that, oh, it's a successful business, and everybody wants to associate with successful people. Do you understand? So, the moving from an entrepreneur to a leader can also entail you thinking of shared ownership. So, allowing other people to come and be part of your investment, to come and be part of the business by bringing capital so as to expand more in the business. Do you understand the need for shared ownership here? So whoever brings capital takes part of the shares. Do you understand? But you still be the leader, but no more entrepreneur, because you have passed the stage of taking risk. You've succeeded. Do you understand? So the third one, greater responsibility to others. So an entrepreneur running a small business is only likely to have responsibility for a small number of employees. However, when the business grows into a corporation, the number of people employed could be tens or thousands. So things will change. So a leader may also have responsibilities to other stakeholders, such as shareholders and the far larger number of suppliers and customers. So when your business succeeded, when your business succeeds, you being an entrepreneur will change. You being an entrepreneur, that name entrepreneur, that title entrepreneur will change to become a leader. And one of the things that will happen is responsibility share. You start sharing the responsibility. When you have 10 workers working with you, the responsibility is different from having 100 workers working with you. At that point in time, you would need to find other leaders that will steady the ship. Do you understand? So that's what we talk about, greater responsibility to others. So at that point in time, you'll be responsible to workers. You'll be responsible. That means you'll be responsible to your workers. You'll be responsible to your customers. You'll be responsible to your suppliers. You'll be responsible to shareholders. You see? Unlike when it is just few, when it's still a small business. So when your business becomes bigger, your responsibility becomes higher too. That's what it means by greater responsibility. I think it's clear. The need for motivation and inspiration. People that are working with you, there's need for job satisfaction, which is job enrichment, job enlargement, and job enrichment, job enlargement, and job rotation. So your workers, people around you, must be motivated. And you must inspire them. So if you cannot inspire people around you, if you cannot motivate them, how will your business continue to grow? Your business would not. Do you understand? So there's need for you to encourage them. Because in the course of you encouraging them, they get better. They want to put everything into that business to succeed. I think it's clear. So the need for strategy and vision. It said in a small business, the owner is likely to be involved in production and other business functions, such as marketing, finance, and administration. However, as the business expands, specialists undertake most of these tasks. The leader becomes more concerned with designing business strategies and providing a vision for the future direction of the company. When your business is still small, you might not need experts. But as soon as your business expands, succeeds, you need people so that you can maintain that edge. To get to the top is not difficult, but maintaining the top is more difficult. Do you understand? So it's more difficult to maintain that top than getting that to that top. To get there, it's easy. But for you to maintain that spot, you need a lot of work to do. You need a lot of strategy. You need to be a visionary. You understand? You need to have vision. So, and to have vision, to come up with strategies, you need experts. You need expertise of other people. You need skilled workers. Do you understand? So, when you are becoming a leader, when you are turning from being an entrepreneur to be a leader, there's need for you to strategize and to have vision. Because these are the things that will make you to maintain that advantage you have, that success you have really gotten. Is it clear? We move on. So the difficulties in developing from an entrepreneur to a leader. Now, the problems of you maintaining that leadership. So what are the difficulties you face from changing from being an entrepreneur to a leader? Number one, adapting the mindset. He said, entrepreneurs usually have a desire for greater control over their life, career, and destiny. They want more autonomy and to do things in their own way. That's the initial reason for being an entrepreneur, right? But they went more, okay. However, a different mindset is needed when the business expands. Leaders have to relinquish some control and learn to delegate and focus on different things. They have to believe that specialists will do better job in certain fields and that they cannot do everything themselves. So, the mindset you have of taking charge of everything has to change. Because the business is not the way it used to be. Do you understand? So your mindset has to change. You have to adapt a mindset, change a mindset. When you always do it alone, it should be different. Now, you should have the belief that specialists will do it better. Give an accountant the role of finance. Give a marketer the role of marketing. Don't be the accountant, the marketer, and the researcher. Gone are those days. So your mindset has to change. And this is difficult. You are used to a certain way of life. Now it has to change because the business has expanded. So it's a problem. So to adapt that mindset is very, very difficult. What you are used to do, you want to stop doing them. You only trust your own ability. Now you have to trust other people's ability, which might be so difficult. I think it's clear. Stress. Running the business is stressful. The livelihood of entrepreneurs and their families are dependent upon the success of the business. There's the constant worry that the business wants to provide, and what will happen if the business collapses. Yeah, every day, every now and then, the stress of what happens, what could happen next. It is stress, uncertainty. Because no matter how big the business is, no matter how wealthy you are, if your business collapses, you might collapse. Do you understand? So the success of your business depends mostly on your livelihood. So your livelihood depends mostly on the success of your business. Do you understand? Irrespective of saying it's a business entity, irrespective of saying yes, the owner is here from the business. no matter what happens, no matter how big you are, if your business goes down, you want to go down too. You might go down. So the stress of not wanting your business to collapse is a daily stress, which is a problem. Do you understand the stress here?
What do people do to get over the stress though?
No, it will continue to be there. In as much as you think of continuity, the stress will always be there. It's not something you can eradicate. No matter how big you are, someone else is coming bigger. So the stress of maintaining that spot will always be there. That's why you are becoming the leader. They said a leader is a person who tells us what to do, guide us on how to do it to achieve the goal. So in as much as you are a leader, the stress of being a leader will continually be there. Is it clear? Trust. Remember I told you about trust. Like you do it before, now you have to entrust people. So I said, as entrepreneurs develop as leaders, they have problems trusting people. Yeah, it's difficult. What you are used to doing, now you have to entrust it. You have to delegate authority to other people to take action.